Welcome back to Cheche, the program where opinion counts. Today's guest is Bomet County Governor Isaac Ruto. He's also the founder of a not-so-new party, the Mashinani Party, which was registered a while ago, he tells us. He wants to provide an alternative to the United Republican Party of Deputy President William Ruto. Is that fair?
Not just that one.
Not just that
All
one.
those who believe in centralized power.
Okay.
And continue and believe in power of patronage, turning everybody into a sycophant. Yes, all of them, all those parties that believe in sycophants.
Would it be fair to say, though, that there are very strong personal disagreements between yourself and the Deputy President?
There are no personal disagreements.
None at all? There
are only disagreements in terms of approach to developmental issues.
Is that?
I tend to think they believe in driving the Kenyan economy through the supply side. I believe in the demand side.
There are those who would say that the Rift Valley is not big enough for the ambitions and egos of both yourself and the Deputy President.
I don't think we are talking about Rift Valley, we are talking about Kenya.
Okay. Yes. Even Kenya, given that you're forming a new party.
But how many other Kenyans have parties? How many other Kenyans are in different parties? Yes. So what is the problem with Isaac Ruto and or William Ruto and or Raila Odinga or Uhuru Kenyatta or any other, or including even Wamalwa?
David, I interrupted you?
Well, I just think that the governor is being less than honest, because the differences you had with the DP stretched to way before you got elected to governor and deputy president.
How is it that?
I recall even in the formation of URP, your own nomination was quite a challenge. There were quite a bit of fights in your backyard there, and you would have missed a ticket. How would you not say those were very deep personal or political differences?
What were those differences?
Even public altercation.
What was those differences? My differences with them, I have just indicated to you that I believe that the Kenyan economy should be driven from the demand side, not going to check the budget and deciding what to bring.
No, did he support your nomination to run for governor?
No, I am the governor, and
that's why I'm saying you're not being entirely honest. Did he support your nomination?
And we are in the same party, and I did not require his nomination, his support.
He was the party lead. Okay, he was in top echelons of the party.
I don't believe I need to be supported to be elected in my constituency. I would rather get the people to support me, but not to be pushed down to the people myself. I don't believe in that.
Tell me, sir, have you ever said that the South Rift is or has been used as a voting basket? Have you ever said that?
I can't recall, but there's any possibility.
No possibility.
No, that is possible. Even my constituency has been used as a voting basket, but no investments are meaningful. Like, for example, the only development that we are now seeing are those that are basically invested by the counties, and we can check. There is very little of the 85% percolated down to the ground. What we are having down there, like now, we have no shortage of drugs in my hospitals. No shortage of drugs. We had 7 doctors when devolution came in. We now have 36 doctors. We had 60 health facilities. We now have 135 health facilities. Now, we've improved on the roads. We have brought water into hospitals. We disburse promptly 42,000 shillings every month. In my county, all those that are over 70 get a stipend of 2,000 shillings each. Everyone, including being covered with NHIF. They have got medical insurance. I have got an ambulance system that responds and takes you anywhere free of charge for the county in there. That, in my view, is just a bit of what Raya require. They require much more than that. But national government for a long time, in terms of water, will only come and build or construct water pans, as if the people in rural areas are actually giraffes. That they are not entitled to water like this, clean water. So what I'm saying is 85%, we cannot see it coming down. Every year we keep ululating about a very beautiful budget, pro people, but we hardly see that budget down there where the people live. That is my question.
Okay, the question to you about the South Rift had to do with the nature of your party, because we started out this conversation by with you, complaining about tribal parties and saying that your party was a national one. So how does your party reflect the face of Kenya?
For it to comply for registration, it has to have officers in 24 counties. If it has officers in 24 counties, it cannot be a regional party. And it cannot
be a sub-regional one.
It cannot be registered if it does not have offices in 24 counties.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have set up a party. Your colleagues, Peter Munya, the chairman now, your successor, has set up a party. Alfred Mutua is said to be mooting his idea of a party through Chap Mandela Chap. Is this a coalition that's likely to come together at one point? You hold there, hold here, and we come together to build a nationwide network?
Yes, I want to assure you that you are seeing just a nascent development on unity of ideas on how to develop the rural areas. And the Kenyans in the rural areas are now waking up to the reality that they need services just like you have here in Nairobi. They are entitled to good roads, they are entitled to health facilities, they are entitled to water, they are entitled to proper agriculture, proper extension, and they are entitled to share in the Kenyan cake. Not just you people here in Nairobi enjoying everything.
No, the unifying factor in those three people I mentioned is that they are all rebels of the political parties.
It's not a question of being rebels.
Are they finding safe homes in good time?
I think Kenyans, not even just Kenyans, some of you members of the elite believe in sycophants, and that if you are not a sycophant, you are a rebel. If you have some ideas different from that of the political party leader, you become a rebel.
Is okay.
So you are just calling them rebels.
Yes,
why don't you check what is Mutua
How should
saying?
we call them?
Can you check what is Mutua saying? What is Peter Munya saying? We are simply saying that we are not moving in a one-party state.
No.
Jubilee wants all the parties to collapse and form one single party called, I don't know whether it is JIP or JUP. There is something they are saying.
Party of Kenya.
I don't know what it is.
Okay,
you know
and so
well.
one of our viewers...
You must be a member. Or
I've never been a member of any political party.
He's familiar with the name.
No, he's familiar. How did he become familiar? He's very close to them.
Okay.
How comes I'm a member and I don't know?
No, hang on. Let's be civilized in our conversation. We have jobs to do, and we do our best to stay informed, right? And so you're here
Except
to tell
they
us
don't
about
get informed about county issues. They don't get informed.
Well, which is why you're here.
He's not even aware. They are not informed that counties actually use the money. And they are not dispersed.
There are differing views on that. They have quoted the Controller of Budget and various other sources.
Which does not exist. I would like him to bring me that document. There is no document from the Controller of Budget which says the counties are not using money.
You were talking about...
defer that discussion to another day.
We defer it to another day. Yeah. One of our viewers asks, you complain about JAP, URP not consulting about the formation of JAP.
Yes.
Who did you consult in the formation of Mashinani Party?
Those who have joined the party were consulted.
Okay.
Yes, and you see, we needed consultation before you dissolve URP because we were 4 founders of URP. It was myself, William Ruto, Charles Keter, and Joshua Kutun. Yes. We were 4.
Yeah.
Now, if 2 meet and decide to dissolve the party, really, courtesy required that they needed to consult the others. I don't know whether Kutunyi was consulted, but I know these 2 only consulted.
But the party does not belong to the founder.
And let me tell you, no. And not just the 2 and several others. There was no meeting. We were never invited to any meeting to discuss.
Okay.
But you see, we are worried that the Jubilee group would rather move Kenya towards a one-party state, and we can see relics of the past. For example, recently they were dispersing a meeting even after they had been the police had been notified. They sent the police to outlaw a meeting, and yet we are no longer supposed to ask. It was in Narok. We are no longer supposed.
Have been dispersed.
Yes, they are not supposed to. We are not supposed to seek for licenses from the police. You notify the police, but when we arrive, we find that they have taken over the field themselves, and yet we were notifying them that we will be using this field so that no other group comes. But they choose themselves to hold a meeting in the same venue and chase everybody away. Now we are forced to hold meetings outside the venue, we had notified the police about. And this is Jubilee instructions. This is similar what used to happen in the single party era. And you can see such relics coming in, even as they tell us to unite into one single political party. When the constitution talks about Kenya shall be a multi-party state, Jubilee is now telling us now it must be a one-party state.
But you must distinguish between a political party and government.
They're trying to coalesce. The parties that are affiliated to Jubilee are trying to coalesce to form one vehicle. I mean, it's up to them, right? Would you begrudge them the right to get together to unify better than they are?
It's up to them, including me, isn't it?
Except you.
I am inside there. I was elected.
You are 1 foot inside.
I was a member. I was elected through a coalition that made Jubilee.
Yeah.
And therefore, if Jubilee decides that they now have another idea, that they no longer want a coalition, they want a single party, I am free to disagree.
So you are going to face Jubilee in the South Rift. You are the main. You are going to be the main local party there. What do you see the future looking like?
Not just in, it's not a question of South Rift.
I'm just saying there because you come from there.
We are already present in 24 counties.
Yes, but now let's talk about South
us,
Rift.
and we are busy rolling out in other counties. Okay. And just before I came in, you indicated that you are also joining in. So you will be the flag bearer in Bungoma.
Well, if you do me nicely.
Okay, you're speaking to David's political ambitions. But let's hear from our viewers. Is Ruto trying to capitalize on the ICC and the uncertainty surrounding the deputy president and what he's saying about corruption in the counties? That's one question. As voters in Bomet County, we advise Isaac Ruto to stick to Jubilee or prepare to plunge into political oblivion. Governor Ruto, good morning. Roads constructed in Bomet are poorly done as compared to Kericho's. Explain, especially the Longisa Kembu. The 2017 election is performance-based. Isaac is my governor, but I'm deeply ashamed of his arrogance in the media. The same arrogance he's exhibited everywhere he goes. There is nothing to show in Bomet as far as devolution is concerned. In fact, the election is the only thing standing between him and the seat. Bomet already has a ready replacement in place. Now, those were critical. There are some people who support you. Hi, Mashinani Party seems great, but I wonder why Baringo County is not among the 24 counties with a presence. That came from Yego in Baringo. Bwana Governor, I'm already in a political romance with your arguments. Brace up, though. It won't be easy. Remember, this is Kenya. And then some more disagreement. I disagree with the governor. There are no drugs in our health centers. You don't know your county unless you're keeping drugs in your drawer. That came from Langat in Bomet. And the question from you to Langat is?
I would suggest he indicates which hospital.
Okay, so Langat, you're listening. Please tell us where there are no drugs in the health centers. And the final one from Jemima in Nairobi. The governor of Bomet is doing good for the nation. I support him. We do not need a one-party state. But on the whole, the balance, you know, there's a general mixed reception to your party, but your constituents seem very critical of your performance.
Remember, this is my first appearance, yeah?
No, it isn't.
Yes.
We've had you.
On
Cheche. On Cheche?
No, on this issue.
No, but we have talked about Bomet.
When? On this issue?
No, not the Mashinani Party.
All right,
we have talked about Bomet during your previous appearances on Cheche.
Yes. And I suggest I'm going to hire a bus for you to come and have a look.
I think have a look at Bomet.
Yes.
Well, I think there is a good recommendation, to be fair to you, Governor. What I hear and know, that you're doing a great job of governing your county.
Yes.
The problem is your politics, the discordance with the party that sponsored you, and why people think that you have taken a plunge to, you know,
to oblivion.
And that's what they're sympathizing with. That perhaps if you you change the course politically, you would serve them more and longer.
Don't worry. Politics is about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you make of this suggestion that your party is one of those that is supposed to divide, you know, votes within the Rift Valley, which has traditionally been URP, but also a basket of votes, but also that you're being groomed to run as Raila's running mate, Raila Odinga's running mate, the CORD leader's running mate.
We have not discussed such things with the court.
You haven't discussed
So where
much.
are those ideas coming from? Kalonzo is already has been the running mate for Raila.
Okay.
Where has Kalonzo
been.
gone?
Okay.
Has been. Where has Kalonzo gone? The point here is I have no such ambitions as of now myself. The point.
You have no ambitions, and you say that no one has approached you.
No.
As a running mate.
No, I'm simply expressing my views. And I am strong on those devolution issues.
You have said you have membership of 24 counties.
Yes.
Can you remember how the officials in your party?
Well, if you can't remember when the party was formed...
No, I would like you to tell us who are the officials. You are just the foreman. Who is the chairman, secretary, and who are they?
In all the 24 counties?
No. In the national level.
So what you needed to tell me...
In the national level, who are they?
What you needed to tell me is to come with a list. And I promise to...
How can you not know who your party chairman is?
You must know your chairman or your secretary.
I'll give him the list as soon as I...
No, how can you not know who your party chairman is?
He's asking me for the 24 counties.
No.
He said national. What is your national structure?
The national structure of the party.
Yes.
Who are on top? Apart from you, who are the others?
Who's your leadership?
Let me tell you. We are just at the formative stages, and we are going to hold.
So this is a one-man party,
and we are going to hold national elections.
But you said the party
and we have got the branches. Let me tell you, the branches we have got them in the counties. We've got them in the counties, and we are going to do national elections.
Just talking about who else
we are going to do national elections.
Who else are you working with? Who else are you working with in this party?
terms of
people you're working with? Who are your colleagues? Who are you sitting?
There are very many colleagues across.
Names, please.
And I will suggest that we bring the names when they themselves come forward.
Here's another attempt to rephrase the question. You have told us that URP was founded by 4 people. You are one of them.
Yes.
Who would you say are the founders of the Mashinani Party?
There is one Kinodia. There is someone from Kajiado, a lady.
Who doesn't have a name?
I don't want to fill the names here. There is another lady from Machakos. There is a gentleman from Mombasa. There is one from Marsabit. There is one from Narok. There are one from Bomet, one from Kericho, one from...
Why don't you want to give
I'm
their
not
names?
giving the names. They will come here themselves, and I will invite them to come. I'm sure you are ready to invite them.
You are not serious.
Are you unwilling to invite them?
It just happens.
You want me to give you the...
This is the old subterfuge.
Can you bring...
here and they are here.
Let's
Now,
hear from
I think we came here on the question of ideology. And I think that is what you asked me. I don't think you want me to bring people's names onto the table. Yeah, you are free to go to the registrar of parties and bring the list.
I'll ask you to hold your peace, and I'll come to the panelists for their take. Because earlier on you were,
exactly what I said, that this is the same old double-faced politics. Well, people present themselves this way, but deviously serving other interests, so that the country will never get to know the real face of the leadership.
Just wait
for the political party.
Just wait for the launch.
As a political party, if you are registered, it is my right, even constitutionally, to have this information, because you're not operating a secret clandestine
and the information is the political party.
And if you are the leader of this party and you cannot share this name, how are you propagating?
I have not told you that I'm the party leader.
Motegi?
I think we finished that.
No, Motegi, your thoughts?
He is not serious. That's my judgment. He is serious, not serious. That's all.
So how do you prove then that you're serious, that this is not a one-person party?
Let them wait for the launch.
Okay.
Let them wait for the launch. This is not
when are you
launch
launching?
Today. I think it will be announced in due course.
I think we're about to conclude that there is no party.
Yes.
It will be very devastating.
Of course, the facts are very clear that these 2 gentlemen are definitely fronting for Jubilee.
Now, where does Jubilee come? Why not CORD, for example?
All your arguments.
Why not CORD?
For example, you have been defending Jubilee about devolution
itself. I'm not defending Jubilee. We are here propagating ideas, rational, objective analysis.
You have not been rational in what you are saying. You are not even in any way being objective about your analysis of Jubilee's manifesto in 2013. You asked me, and I told you why we've disagreed.
Sir,
you've not mentioned it.
Does objectivity require that one agrees with you?
No, it doesn't have to agree. It doesn't have to agree. But I would expect him to be objective and give the facts as they are.
Okay.
Right.
The facts as you see them, or the facts as they are? Because you're talking about facts as you see them.
The fact
is this, that you are unable to tell us the people who are in your party, the interim officials, the chairman, the secretary, the treasurer, organizing secretary, that you cannot tell us. That's
you
what I'm
cannot
saying.
tell us when your party
you are not
is
serious.
registered.
You cannot be serious.
So how shall we join such a party?
Interim.
You are inviting us to join?
You cannot be serious.
You want me to float to give you the full
They
name?
are there, the register of companies.
Yes, they are there, the political register. And you are free now to go there and get a search and get the list.
Sir,
These are
you were
interim
asked
officials.
to come on this show to talk about the Mashinani Party. How is it possible that you can come here not knowing who you've been meeting with to form this party? You say you don't want to tell us their names. How is it possible that you can name the people who founded
I am telling you,
URP,
these are interim
and you
officials.
have no problem
listen,
naming
my friend.
them?
Listen, madam. I'm telling you, there are interim officials.
Right, and they're
And
sworn
I've
to
mentioned
secrecy?
to you
They're
the
sworn to
founder
secrecy?
as one Kinu.
Are they sworn to secrecy?
They are so what?
Are they sworn to secrecy?
About what?
About the party
They are
and their
interim
government.
officials, and
So
they will
what?
come here themselves.
Is it
Yeah.
They will come here themselves. Let's get into the more serious
Let's take that as a joke. Let's look at
the more serious arguments.
Let's move on.
Coming in, the by-election in Kericho is coming up
coming to that,
shortly. Is your party fielding a candidate, and are you doing nominations?
Actually, before we go to that, given that you can't tell us who is in your party, do you see the Kericho by-election as a test of your party, whether it exists or not?
No, we are not. We've not fielded a candidate because the party is just come onto the scene, and it requires to get those officials to be elected. And why we do not believe we can say somebody then becomes maybe or takes over the position of chairing or whatever it is in those areas. We expect people to elect them. We expect fresh recruitment, proper recruitment, and they do their own elections.
Are you
because we don't want to impose.
Any
but for
candidates?
For now, we are not fielding anybody.
You're not fielding anyone? Are you supporting candidates, being fielded by other parties?
We will look at them.
You're looking at them?
Yeah, we are looking at them, and possibly.
So you're not supporting the Kanu candidate?
Huh? There is a possibility we will support the.
There's a possibility. You haven't already given your support.
We are making that decision.
You're making that decision because the impression we have is that you've already given your support to. I believe it's Paul Sang. Right. Is that untrue?
Yes, we are considering giving support to
You're
Paul.
considering giving. So is that to say then that you'll be collaborating with Kanu?
Yes, we'll collaborate with Kanu, and we'll collaborate with others. Yeah.
That's
and
why
I'm not willing to give you the name.
Why did you not just go to Kanu?
There are currently members of parliament who are also promoting the party, whom we collaborated with. And remember what I told you, that amongst members of parliament, they could get into trouble with the law. If indeed you were supposed to flash their names here. Their parties could easily take this.
So you're protecting them then?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a responsibility to protect.
Okay, you should have just said that initially because you're quite dodgy in your response.
No, I refuse to give the name.
But you could have said.
If it was a governor, I wouldn't mind mentioning.
Okay.
But anyway, there are some governors, but I don't want to list them here. Okay. I would like them to come and do it themselves.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's break time.
I also have governors.
This is Cheche. We're live on Citizen TV. We'll be back with Governor Isaac Ruto after this break.